Hello and welcome to the Hyundai i20 Active. Now the Active is based on the i20 hatchback, Hyundai's best-selling car in the country today. But the Active employs a recipe that other manufacturers have tried in the past. VW has tried it with the Polo, Toyota has tried it with the Etios Cross, and Fiat has tried it with the Aventura. But the only car that really sells in this is the Etios Cross, and that's because it looks different. Now the Active, at least to us, seems to have hit the same sweet spot. Maybe it's gone ahead and done a little better. Let's find out in greater detail. Now we feel Hyundai has done just enough to differentiate the Active from the i20 when it comes to styling. It gets a new front bumper, which looks more aggressive now. It's got these big, large fog lamps, it's got a pseudo skid plate, and even the headlamps have been changed a bit. These have DRLs and are projector type. At the rear, the tailgate is new. It also gets new fuel filler cap, which does look nice. And it's got these side body cladding to help you if you go through some bushes while trying to off-road. It also gets roof rails and a higher ground clearance, along with nicer looking wheels. But at the end of the day, the i20 is still a front-wheel driven hatchback, and which means if you try to exploit its off-roading ability, you won't get anywhere because it doesn't have any. Which means there's a lot of pushing and shoving that we need to do now that we've got it beached. So now the hard work starts. So it's great to be adventurous when it comes to a cross. But it's also a lot of hard work. I won't attempt it next time. Now that we've told you what not to do with the Active, as in take it off-road, on the beach, on trails, let's now tell you how it is on the road. Now the Active is based on the i20, and we have mentioned that in the past. So what you get is the same chassis, the same shell, and the same underpinnings. Now it might have a slightly higher ground clearance than the regular hatchback, but that hasn't affected the car's behavior on the road. So the ride is still nice, the handling is still acceptable, and it continues to get the same engine and gearbox options. Now we're driving the more popular diesel version, and according to Hyundai, they say that they've done something with the ECU mapping to make the car feel even more potent than the regular hatchback. Now we're driving in Goa, narrow roads, and honestly, we can't tell the difference, but probably when it comes for a test, we would be able to comment on that more. But the bottom line is, it still is a nice, potent car to drive. And it's not noisy, it's got a refined engine. Overall, it's a very nice package, engine-wise and comfort-wise. The underpinnings and the chassis of the Active is the same as the Elite i20, but the Active gets taller springs and more travel for its suspension. The good news is, Hyundai has still managed to keep the ride quality pretty similar to the Elite. So over poor roads, the i20 Active is quiet and pliant, and because of higher clearance, one doesn't really have to worry too much about bumps, gravel or dirt roads. The drivetrain, not surprisingly, is the same as the Elite 2. So this one, the diesel, continues to be powered by the 1.4-litre 4-cylinder 90 PS engine, which is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. There is no automatic option just as yet. This engine is a reasonably refined and free-revving one, especially for a diesel in its class. Now the difference compared to the Elite i20, besides the Active being slightly heavier, is that this car runs a shorter final drive. The idea, says Hyundai, is to make the Active feel peppier, to give it that sporty feel younger buyers crave for. As for us, we couldn't really tell, not without our V-Box. But what we can tell you is that the diesel does continue to feel decently potent. Now we've seen how much differentiation Hyundai has created in the exterior styling of the i20 Active compared to the regular hatchback. But on the inside, the design remains more or less the same. Now you have new fabric, and the same color has been transferred over to the dashboard and to some pieces on the door. And honestly, this blue just doesn't look very good. Now we're driving the silver car, so it's color coordinated with this blue. The brown color car has a different color interior. But this color, this blue, just makes the interior look less plush, less upmarket compared to the regular i20. Now in terms of equipment, again, it's the same story. So now this is the top of the line SX version, and the equipment list is similar or identical to the Elite i20 top of the line. So you have a multifunction steering wheel, you have Bluetooth connectivity, you have a stereo with internal memory, and you have a digital climate control system. It's a single zone one, just like on the Elite i20, and you get aux input and USB. And there's more: automatic lights, ABS and airbags. Additionally, the i20 Active gets cornering lights and aluminium pedals. Yes, we know the latter doesn't really add to the driving experience in any way, but it does look cool. Now this continues to be a comfortable cabin, so you have comfortable seats, you have a good sense of space, you have usable cup and bottle holders, and you have an armrest that you can use long drive, short drives, whatever. Now, like we said at the beginning of this video, that this recipe of taking a regular hatchback, putting on some body cladding, giving it nicer wheels, maybe slightly higher ground clearance, and a set of roof rails, and giving it a butch character is something that every manufacturer is trying. But not everybody's got it right. In case of the i20 Active, I think Hyundai's got it spot on. Not only is the Active a nice looking car, a nice butch looking car, it is based on a car that's already pretty successful, the Elite i20. So it's got proven mechanicals, proven engine and gearbox set, and proven service. So the question is, should you buy this over the current crop of crosses already available in the market? We think so, yes. Should you buy it over the Elite i20? Well, on that count, we're not so sure. For more details plus latest news and reviews, do visit our website zigwheels.com.